Olá, pessoal, aqui novamente, né, no nosso PodAssociar, podcast sobre empreendedorismo e associativismo da ACIF. Hoje a gente está com uma pessoa extremamente importante para nós, que é uma grande honra tê-lo aqui, que é o Tim Ash, né, um palestrante que é uma referência hoje, né, no mundo de startup, inovação. E aí nós temos a oportunidade de tê-lo aqui conosco, falando também um pouco sobre alguns temas diversos. Tim, first of all, thank you very much for you be here. You know, I was impressed with the line to sign your book here. Everybody wants to be here in our stand, so that's a very nice to see, because the people, you know, like you as your message, so you are in an authority about it. So
good to be here, Tiago.
yeah, thank you very much. And a little bit hot, no? But it's normal in the winter. Yeah, but it's normal. Tim, please tell us a little bit about your professional journey.
Oh, well, to start at the beginning, my undergraduate college, I had a double major in computer science and in cognitive science, which is the study of the brain and how we think. And then I went to graduate school. For 7 years, I did work in what would now be called artificial intelligence, AI, neural networks, and machine learning. And then I quit graduate school and started my first company instead.
Very nice.
Yeah, and so that was an agency. In the early .com days, we helped do internet marketing. And eventually we shifted from driving traffic to websites to conversion rate optimization.
When was this, Tim?
Late 90s, you know, something like that. So we were one of the original conversion
Like
rate
a pioneer about this.
Yes.
Oh.
And so we focused on making websites more effective. So my agency, I've sold it since, it's called Site Tuners, and we created over $1.2 billion in value for Google, Nestle, Facebook, Siemens. Yeah, and the focus was on, I guess you could say, psychology, how to influence people. When they come to your website, how do you get them to act? That's what conversion rate optimization is. And part of it is science, and you measure things, you test things, but a lot of it is understanding human psychology.
Yeah.
So after a long time with my new book on evolutionary psychology, I've come back to my first love, which is explaining how the brain works and how people really think. And the book is called, as you know, MENTIRA da RACIONALIDADE.
A good one in Portuguese. No, this book is incredible. I think that this is a big, important issue for all the companies, the people, to want to grow the company, to do different. And but Tim, I think it is how did you come up with the idea for release your first book?
Oh, well, my first book was about landing page optimization.
Exactly.
About, you know, so I was running my agency, and there were a lot of people that couldn't afford working with my company. So I said, I'll just write a book and tell them everything that I know. And that was the first edition of the landing page optimization book. That's very old now by internet standards.
Exactly.
But the first edition was actually published in Portuguese in Brazil also by Alta Books a long time ago.
Yeah. No, very nice. That's and your second one was Unleash for Primal brand, right?
Well, actually, there was a second edition of the landing page optimization book. I had two very talented co-authors, Rich Page and Maura Ginty, and there's about 150 pages of brand new content, and it's a much more solid book.
Yeah.
So that was the second book.
The second one, yeah. So, in the third one?
Well, that one I wrote just a year or two ago, and it's, like I said, coming back to my first love, which is evolutionary psychology. I mean, if you want to be successful in business, you want to be successful in marketing, you want to be successful in leadership, you want to be successful in sales, you want to be successful in personal relationships, it's all understanding how human beings make decisions, how we think and why we act.
Yeah, that's very, very nice. And Tim, what kind of advice you can give to our companies here that are literally looking for the place in the sun, you know? Remember that Florianópolis is the value, Silicon Island that we call here.
Yeah, Silicon Island of Brazil.
Oh, exactly. A lot of startup company, innovation company. What kind of advice you can give to them? Because, you know, in our association here, we have like a lot of companies, more than 5,000 companies that we have here in our association. But most of them is, you know, small company.
Yes.
Now that's starting the business or wants to grow the business. What kind of advice you can give to them?
Well, the number one advice is like we sort of talked about a little bit. You don't focus on the technology. If the technology isn't going to make people's lives better, they're living their lives, they have problems. If you focus on solving their problems and making their pain go away, that's what companies is all about. If you say, I have a better way to order a taxi, okay, it's Uber or something, it's like, it's not really that innovative, you know. So what are the problems they were solving? It was, you know how much you're going to pay. You know where the driver is before he arrives. So those were the real problems they solved. It wasn't about the technology, it was about solving people's problems. That's it. Yeah, so focus on the psychology and the problem people have.
Yeah.
I have more advice if you want.
Yeah, no, that's a huge advice.
Yeah, so another one would be, you want to make sure that your brand is not too broad. You have to really have a small niche and understand those people very well.
Okay.
So a lot of companies say, we can sell our crap to everybody. Well, that's not a brand. You're never going to be remembered. So you have to find very narrow niche, understand them very well, speak their language, be part of their cultural tribe, and then they'll be loyal to you.
Perfect. I think that we have like two advice, you know, that we need to separate this and say to the companies, because this is very, very important. We understand that our company, you can see a lot of people is coming here to try to find some solution for their problems or looking for the growth. Working here in our association to try the mindset, global mindset for these new companies.
Yes, I understand. So, but I think that marketing is basically the same. I think people just do it in the wrong order. Okay.
Yes.
So, first they say, let's build a product. What's our minimum viable product, and try it and see who's interested. I think that you should start with understanding your audience. Yeah. So again, pick a very narrow audience and understand their needs. Second of all, make sure that your story resonates for them. I call it the origin myth. Like, why does your company exist?
Okay.
And usually it's something along the lines of what I call the hero's journey. It's a very old storytelling form, like Odysseus and the Odyssey. You know, life was good and then something bad happened, and then I went on a journey and I had some allies and I overcame some obstacles, and then I killed the dragon, and now I want to help other people that are in my situation, and so follow me. So go on my crusade, you know. And so I think you have to be very clear about what your origin myth is, and you use that to attract your audience. If you just say, we sell crap, then nobody cares.
It's true.
So every, especially e-commerce or retail brand, needs to have a backstory. Because they can't compete with the big brands. So they have to say, we understand you, and our whole mission is to help people like you.
It's very, very important. I think it is we are trying to put in our company here this mindset to understand a little bit what they are doing outside, bring here, optimize their operation here in Brazil. But I think that is a very, very good advice.
Because most companies, who do you talk to if you're inside a company? Other people inside the company.
Exactly.
Right? So you talk about your dashboards and your cost per acquisition and all of this stuff. But how often do you actually go talk to your potential customers?
Yeah.
So my advice is get outside of your company, get as close to the customers as you can.
Yeah.
See where they're spending their time and their lives, the real constraints and problems that they have. We had one, I respect this firm a lot in the UK, and they do conversion rate optimization. And like one of the companies they worked with was building garden sheds. Okay. So they ordered one, and then they tried to build it, and they called customer service. They tried to actually experience what the client problems would be with that. So the closer you get to your customers, the more successful you'll be.
Yeah.
So don't stay inside your company. Go out into the world and get very close to your customers. The people that have the best marketing advice is your customer service people, because they hear complaints all day long.
Yeah.
So they know about the problems people have.
Yes.
And so some of the best sales copy my agency wrote wasn't written by us. It was basically taking the words from customer complaints and turning them into marketing.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Team, I think everything, of course, we can stay here for a day talking about business, because you are the guy that can bring a lot of issues about this. So first, again, thank you very much to be here.
My pleasure.
With us, talking about a little bit about your experience. And of course, for our company, will be like a great or important to listen the podcast and just listen to your advice. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Pessoal, acho que a gente terminou aqui. Eu acho que tenho grandes lições, grandes conselhos do Tim para todos os empresários. Acho que vai ser bem importante escutar o nosso podcast completo, né? E aí ter aí a possibilidade talvez até de comprar o livro, né? Para ir mais a fundo alguns temas. Obrigado. Tim, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.